Hey, Shalom, Markins, Rakam, Kapash from Jim Islam, giving all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bashem, Chachadash. Want to give double honors unto the elders, the apostles of GMS, and Shalom out there to the hope for that expression is truth in all sincerity. Back again with another video. Yeah, I just want to get on, into the topic of these nukes, man. When these nukes fly, America's gonna cry, man. You know, and it is, everything that's happening is building up to that very moment where the Lord's gonna bring His great judgment against America. Okay, against spiritual Egypt and Sodom, okay, against the daughter of Babylon, okay, against Idumea, against uh, uh, Tyrus, Nineveh, all these things that are referencing this modern day, captivity. Esau's, the head of his kingdom. All right, America is that kingdom that is going to be destroyed in these last days and be made desolate without inhabitant. All right, because these prophecies haven't been fulfilled yet, concerning Babylon and becoming a desolation. Babylon still exists today, okay, by its more modern name, Iraq, right? Which in that region, right? There's still people living there, so we know it's not talking about that. This prophecy is yet to take place, and this place is really speaking about America. America is going to be destroyed with thermonuclear destruction, man. Okay, thus saith the Lord. Okay, for the wickedness, and the oppression of the children of Israel. All right. So, in this article here, you got these Russians, who are Edomites too. Okay, but the Lord is using these, the black sheep of the family of the Edomites, right, to come against them. Another big boy army in the world, right? Loads of nuclear weapons, right? And they're out here testing more weapons on these new nuclear submarines, right? And they're not the only ones with nukes. We know NATO, the European nation, they got nukes. There's certain Asian countries, India, Pakistan, that got nukes, and Korea got nukes, and Iran are trying to get nukes. There's lots of different players in the world that have these nuclear weapons, which can cause tremendous damage. Even if their arsenals are not as sizable as like a Russia or an America, but they can still do damage, right? And the thing is, the Most High have got all these weapons, in creation for this specific one time to be used, right, against the land of America. Like I said, when these nukes start flying, man, America is gonna be on crying, man, big time. And America is gonna be destroyed, right? So here it says Russia says it testified an intercontinental ballistic missile from its new nuclear submarine. The Russian military has reported a successful test launch of an intercontinental ballistic missile designed to carry nuclear warheads from a new nuclear submarine, right? And one missile can carry multiple warheads. Okay, that's why there's going to be so many missiles, man. And each of these warheads is way, way more powerful than anything that, that was dropped on Japan during World War II. Okay, speaking on Hiroshima and Nagasaki, them cities, right? Way more powerful. Right, and these missiles have multiple warheads of this power, right? Now, obviously, this ain't gonna let me read the article, but we don't need to, right? Because we're gonna get the scriptures, man. The scriptures gonna tell us all that we need to know, right? I'm gonna start here in Joel 20, verse 19, right? It says, "Because he have oppressed and have forsaken the poor, because he have violently taken away a house which he builded not," right? The so-called white man, these Edomites, have gone around the whole earth and stole everything that they got. Facts. Right? And killed and oppressed anybody that got in their way. Facts. Alright? So surely he shall not feel quietness in his belly. Right? You could eat something, you can feel satisfied in that, it was good food, right? But you eat something that was like, shit, it won't cook right, your belly feels unsettled, man. It feels sickly. Right? There ain't gonna be no settling. You're not gonna feel better, right? You're not gonna feel good about it, because the end of everything that you've done is gonna come to fruition, man. Okay, it's gonna recompense upon you, right? And so you ain't gonna ever feel satisfied, because you're never gonna accomplish that which you seek to do, which is create your NWO and to reign and rule over these nations forever. You ain't gonna get that, right? It says, there shall none of his meat be left, therefore shall no man look for his goods. So everything that you've acquired, everything you've stolen and built up and whatever, man, the Lord's going to take it all away from you, and you're not going to be left with nothing. So ain't going to be no one looking up to you or looking at you, you know, desiring what you got, because you ain't got shit. You might have everything now, and this is why these nations flock after you to earn some of your wealth, to earn what, you know, to live the way you live, you know, beginning with your elites, right? You know, you got people, you know, flocking after that, but in this time soon to come, man, ain't nobody gonna be looking at you for nothing. They're not gonna admire you one little bit, man. Right? It says, in the fullness of his sufficiency, he shall be in straits, in difficulty, in problems, right? Every hand of the wicked, which is the word wicked here is really laborers, okay, shall come upon him, right? Everybody's gonna get at you, man, and just as you know, just as you feel like you're about to achieve your grand ambition, that's when everything's gonna fall apart, right? As it goes on to say, when he is about to fill his belly, right, God shall cast a few of his wrath upon him, and shall rain it upon him while he is eating, right? As you're about to finish that plate, man, you know, say it was a good meal, you're about to finish that plate, you know, that you're gonna save that last bite. That's when the Lord's gonna just slap the plate, you know, your food's gonna flying off, your plate smashes, everything's just gonna fall apart, man. It's gonna ruin your experience in rulership. You know, it's gonna ruin your whole experience, man. Right? He shall flee from the iron weapon. And now, what's this iron weapon? Right? Well, I want to show you, well, sort of show you an image of it. This was a video. I don't want to play it. Is it gonna let me play it? Am I gonna get copyright infringement or whatever? I don't know. Let's see if we can play a little bit in it, because we're gonna see, right? This iron weapon, this thing here, that thing there, right? That iron weapon, right? That's what it talks about. And you just watched it come out of something. We're gonna read through this because it's gonna explain this, right? Says he shall flee from the iron weapon, and the bolt of steel shall strike him through. It is drawn and cometh out of the body, yea, the glittering sword, right? Sword cometh out of his gall, terrors are upon him. Right, you just see the missile leave what they call the silo, right? Which, you know, where it's launched from, right? A glittering spear. Now, when it's thrown, because you know, you throw spears and whatever, right? Arrows, same type of thing, right? Glittering sword. These are just weapons. These are just instruments of war that were used back then. That, you know, was being used to describe, you know, what the visions were showing them, right? So, you know, these things, when they get shot up into the sky, they're like fireballs, man. You know, bright, shiny, you know, a glittering spear. All right, made of metal. You know, does it have to be made of iron? No, not really. You know, it's just metal, in it. It's hard, solid, metallic material. You know. Says it is drawn and cometh out of the body, yea, the glittering sword cometh out of his gall. Terrors are upon him. All darkness shall be hid in his secret places. A fire not blown shall consume him. You know, this is a chemical reaction. This isn't, you know, it's like where you gotta rub two sticks together and blow into it to get the heat to start the wood fire, you know. No, this is a chemical reaction that takes place. All right, because it's not on fire. You know, when it's moving through the sky, it's not on fire. I mean, you know, aside from the propulsion system and things like that, inside, nothing's on fire. Or was it just blow up, right? It has to be stable or contained, right, until that point of impact or when it's exploded, and then that mad fire, you know, comes out of it, right? It shall go ill with him that is left in his tabernacle. The heavens shall reveal his iniquity, and the earth shall rise up against him, right? Because the Lord's judgment is going to be made apparent, going to be made clear. You know, especially when you've got the prophets out there telling you these things are about to happen. Because if we weren't out there now, the Lord never had these men out there, his prophets, his apostles, and, you know, men of the Lord out there, right? If this was just to occur, you wouldn't be able to assault. Like, you wouldn't say, "Oh, yeah, well, that's God's judgment." Oh, none. You would just say, "Oh, that's just something that happened." Oh, the Americans, they lost the war. They got blown up. Like, they got nuked. Like, what happened? Like, they'll chalk it down to something else, like they do when, you know, weather disasters hit. Oh, Mother Nature, you know, just some mad stupid shit, right? But really, it's the Lord's hand that's behind that, you know. But the Lord's got these men out there preaching these things, putting it out there in the world that these things are going to happen, and people don't believe it. People don't believe that America is going to get nuked, man. They don't want to believe it. They don't believe it, right? Because they're the mightiest, right? The pride is so much they don't believe it. Right, so when it happens, it's like, fuck, these guys said that. You know, these guys are saying that maybe this is the Lord's judgment. And it's going to be very apparent that day, like, all the things that you didn't think were possible is going to happen. And everything that we were saying is going to happen. And you're going to be like, damn, these guys are right. Right, so her iniquity is going to be revealed because the judgment is going to stand and sit upon the land of America, man. All right. Verse 28 says, the increase of his house shall depart, and his goods shall flow away in the day of his wrath. Right? That's the day Esau loses everything. Right? This is the portion of a wicked man from the Most High Yahweh, and the heritage appointed unto him by the Most High Yahweh. Right? Because the Most High hates Esau. Right? He hates these Edomites. Okay? So your time's up. Your time is coming to be destroyed. All right? Revelation 18:5 now says, for her sins have reached unto heaven. You know, we're going to use Edomites in America and that, right? And God have remembered her iniquities. The Most High remembered everything that you've done to his children. Okay, you want people to forget. You want to take it out of history books. You want to play it down. You know, you don't want to get the reparations. You don't want to really do anything, man. You just want to forget about it. We change. You know, you give us the spiel that, you know, we're not the same no more. We let the chains off and all that kind of shit. So we're good people now. Fuck you. You ain't good people, man. You never been good people. And you ain't ever gonna be good people. So Most High remember everything that you've done unto us, man. All right. So to reward her even as she rewarded you. Right. Look what you've done to us. And this is why you hate the idea. You fear the idea that, you know, Jake could be in rulership. Because if he were in rulership, man, we'd have the power to take revenge as opposed to ask for some kind of, you know, fair treatment or whatever. I don't know what Jake was expecting, but we'd have the power to take vengeance. And that's something you don't want, man, because there's angry noodles out there, man, that'll put your ass in slavery in a second. That's me and some of them. But you don't like the idea of that, and it's a scary thought. But because we're so damn bad, it's kind of like a joke, right? For us to even imply that or say that, right? Because it's something that couldn't happen. But I tell you what, I saw a trailer the other day, Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes, a new Planet of the Apes movie that's coming out, man, and looking hard, I'm not gonna lie. You know, and it's showing you, you know, the apes, which really represents you Israelites, man. You know, you Jake out there rounding up these Edomites, man, and putting them in chains and shit. I was like, yeah, that's what's gonna happen. But obviously, we're not chimps. You know what I'm saying? Okay, we're the sons of God, and that's what we're gonna go around doing, though. Okay, bringing order to the world by putting you in fucking chains, right? Because we're gonna recompense you as you, what it says here, reward her as even as she rewarded you. That's what we're gonna do. You know, pursuant to Revelation 13 and 10. He that goeth into captivity shall go into captivity. You know, he that killeth with the sword shall be killed with the sword. That's what's gonna happen to you, right? So verse 6 again, reward her even as she rewarded you, and double unto her double according to her works. In the cup which she hath filled to her double. Right? She's gonna get a greater judgment than what we even received of the Heavenly Father by putting us into your hands and having us go into captivity under you devils. Okay, you're gonna get it far worse than what we got. Right? Verse 7, how much she have glorified herself, not giving the glory to the Heavenly Father for putting him in this position. Nah, they glorify themselves, man. The pride of their heart deceived them. Okay. So, and live deliciously. So much torment and sorrow give her, right? Let's say you're going to be crying, man. When this judgment comes, you're going to be crying. Give her, so much torment and sorrow give her, for she saith in her heart, I sit a queen and am no widow, I shall see no sorrow. Therefore shall her plagues come in one day, death, mourning, and famine. Pardon me, Slovakia. Right, all that's going to come upon you, man. It's going to be a bitter time. Well, America, it means bitter. The name America means bitter, right? It's going to be a bitter time for America, man. Right? And it's an understatement. Okay, you are going to suffer greatly. Okay? And so, and she shall be utterly burned with fire. Okay, because the judgment is fire. Again, those thermonuclear weapons, man. That's what they're made for. They're made for that judgment of the Lord to fall upon America, right? For strong is the Lord God who judgeth her, and the kings of the earth have committed fornication and lived deliciously with her. You know, making mad money off Americans, off the American economy and all this kind of business. China being one of those notable ones, right? It says, shall bewail her. They're going to be crying too, because all their business opportunities now has gone down the pan because America's gone. That's a big chunk of the economy gone. So where they're gonna sell all their fucking cheap shit to? Oh, is Europe gonna pick up? No, ain't no one picking up what America was bringing, paying for and bringing in, importing. Ain't no one gonna make up that shortfall. I mean, besides all these economies will be destroyed anyway, but America is a major player in the world and a great importer. So all these people are selling their goods to them, man. They're gonna lose a big chunk of income and revenue, man. So yeah, them men are gonna be upset. These elites of these nations and whatever. They're gonna be upset, man. All right. It says, shall bewail her and lament for her when they shall see the smoke of her burning. They're gonna be shocked, man. The world is gonna be shocked. To stand afar off from the fear of her torment, saying, alas, alas, that great city Babylon, okay, which is America, that mighty city, for in 1 hour is thy judgment come. Right? When these missiles start flying, when these nukes start flying, it's not going to take very long for America to be destroyed, man. Best believe, because I'll remind you, these missiles, these warheads that attach to these missiles, because there's multiple of them, multiple warheads on these missiles, right, are greater, much greater in power than with Big Boy and Fat Boy or Little Boy, or whatever these missiles were called, that hit Fukushima and Nagasaki, right? It is going to make fucking mincemeat out of America, man. And there's a lot of them. 200 million warheads, missiles, or whatever, man, is gonna rip America apart. And on top of that, you're gonna have all kind of seismic activity and volcano Yellowstone and all these things, all these destruction. It's gonna be crazy, man. America is gonna be torn asunder. All right. So the merchants of the earth shall weep and mourn over her, for no man buyeth their merchandise anymore. Like, who's gonna buy our shit now? Like, we got fucking crates and what do they call those things? And they call them crates. There's something else they call them, isn't it? On the tanks. I don't know. Yeah, we got all this stock here, and we've got nowhere to fucking ship it. they're gonna be pissed. But yeah, they're gonna be upset, man. All right, it says, the merchandise of gold and silver and precious stones and of purples and fine linen and purple and silk and scarlet and all tine wood and all manner of vessels of ivory and all manner of vessels of most precious wood and of brass and of iron and marble, cinnamon and odors and ointments and frankincense and wine and oil and fine flour and wheat and beasts and sheep and horses and chariots and slaves and souls of men. All right, because if you think these men, well, we know trafficking goes on in the world, man. But if you think these are, reputable nations that are not involved in human trafficking and shit, you're fucking mistaken, man. Boys, girls, sacrifices. There's a whole bunch of reasons why men get shipped and trafficked. Children get shipped and trafficked all over the world by all people, by all nations, by all these governments. Thinking one, you're looking at one more corrupt than the other. They're all fucking corrupt. They're all wicked. All right, it says verse 14, and the fruits that thy soul lusted after are departed from thee, and all things which were dainty and goodly are departed from thee, and thou shalt find them no more at all. The merchants of these things which were made rich by her shall stand afar off for the fear of our torment, weeping and wailing, right? Because a lot of people have been made rich off America, man, and then just buying bare shit. Saying, alas, alas, that great city that was clothed in fine linen and purple and scarlet and decked with gold and precious stones and pearls, right? Because America was put up as to be that golden city, that pinnacle nation, man. The apex of the nations. Everybody was flocking to America, man. Everyone's trying to do business with America. Everyone wants to be like America, you know, in terms of the wealth, you know, the supposed wealth, man. You know, all that shit is being tainted now. America's crumbling, man, in heavy debt. Okay, but it's still kind of admired among the other nations as, you know, it's a blueprint of being prosperous. So everybody still flocks towards it and you know, wants to become the next America, you know. Verse 17, for in 1 hour so great riches is come to naught. Every shipmaster and all the company in ships and sailors and as many trade by sea stood afar off. Right, the freights. I'm trying to think this word, man. It might be freights. Oh man. Anyway, it don't matter. Yeah, all these shipping companies, you know, shipping them metal containers around, right? Yeah, man. They stood afar off, man. It said, and cried when they saw the smoke of a burning, saying, what city is like unto this great city? And they cast dust on their heads and cried, weeping and wailing, saying, alas, alas, that great city wherein we were made rich, all that had ships in the sea by reason of her costliness, for in 1 hour she is made desolate. Right? Desolate. 1 hour, desolation. Okay, to the point of no inhabitants, man. Ever again. Right? Rejoice over her, thou heaven, and ye holy apostles and prophets. This is going to be a joyous day. Now, the majority of people, well, 100% of the people, that's, you know, aside from the prophets, the men of the Lord, right, the elect, they're going to be upset that this happened. Like, because it's going to be so outrageous. It's going to be so crazy, right, that a nation that's just got obliterated off the earth. Like, that's never happened before, right? Even though, you know, Japan got hit with nukes and that, I don't know what the consensus was with that, because obviously I ain't gone into that, and I wasn't alive around then. But, you know, I'm assuming people were quite, like, taken back by that. I was like, man, we shouldn't have done that. It's kind of mad. But the fact that America is going to be obliterated, right? People are going to be upset about that big time. Everybody. Just not us. We're going to be happy that happened. Okay? We're going to be celebrating that it happened. Okay? Bring the Lord in a whole completely different spirit to the people in the world, man. And this is why, you know, we're going to be ostracized and hated and whatever, because we're just against you, man. Spiritually, we're just against you. Okay, we don't want the same things. All right? You know, we just don't want the same things, innit? We want the kingdom of our Lord to come and be established on the earth, man, which involves your kingdoms being destroyed. So when this takes place, we're going to be happy. Right? So rejoice over her, and thou heaven, and ye holy apostles and prophets, for God have avenged you on her. Right? America is that place where the Lord's going to take vengeance against, because of what they've done to us, man, done to our people. Okay, Lord is bringing revenge. All right. And the mighty angel took up a stone like a great millstone and cast it into the sea, saying, thus with violence shall that great city Babylon be thrown down, and shall be found no more at all. And the voice of harpers and musicians and of pipers and trumpets shall be heard no more at all in thee, and no craftsmen, all your music, because America's like the focal point of all things, all crafts and all of that. The music, like, heavily influenced the whole world in their music. You know, all genre of music, right? The craftsmanship, oh yeah, made in America's best. You know, all these types of things. It's like, but none of that's going to be going on anymore. That the epicenter of all those things is gone. You know, no fucking rap and R&B, none of that shit's gonna exist anymore. Even though, you know, Jake's the one that you know, in America is the one that kind of you know, was doing all of that. Okay, who's making the money out of it? Who was promoting it? Esau. You can be promoting none of this stuff no more. You know, you can be buying no more CDs and records of these things anymore. all this degenerate music, that's all gone, man. That's all gonna go. Okay, we're gonna bring up, raise up new music, spiritual music, right? Anyway, uh, and the voice of harpers and musicians and of pipers and trumpeters shall be heard no more at all in thee, and no craftsman of whatsoever craft he be shall be found any more in thee, and the sound of a millstone shall be heard no more at all in thee. Right? No more workers, no work going on in that place no more. Pardon me. And the light of a candle shall shine no more at all in thee, because there could be no inhabitants, right? No lights, none of that going on, right? And the voice of the bridegroom and of the bride shall be heard no more all in thee. Okay, no marriages, no families, no nothing. For thy merchants were the great men of the earth. Okay, these elites, the ones making all the damn fucking money, right? For by thy sorceries were all nations deceived, right? America is that, like, again, that epicenter of fucking deceit, confusion. Babylon, the great confusion. It's the epicenter of deceit in this world, man. They control narratives, man. America's influence spans across the whole fucking globe. Everyone toes the line with America, man, and backs up the fucking propaganda and shit. So all that shit, man, that's gonna come all tumbling down with the destruction of America. Okay, in the appearing of the Lord, right? So, and in her was found the blood of prophets and of saints and of all that was slain upon the earth. Right? Because that is a place of great blood, that's been shed about people in that land, man. Okay, and now, time's coming where it's finally gonna get its judgment, man. All right. This is Ezekiel 38 verse 10. So thus saith the Lord power. It shall also come to pass that at the same time shall things. Okay. Maybe I'll hold on to that for 1 second. Okay. You know what? I'm bringing it out anyway, right? So, of course, like I mentioned, there's a bunch of nations that got these nukes. And the Lord's, got them on hand, ready to launch, right? But the first of these nations are the Russians here, right? Okay, you read from the top of Ezekiel 38, he's speaking about the Russians, Gog and Magog, right? And the company that with them, the armies that are sided with them, right? Because you already got Netanyahu talking about the new axis of evil and all this kind of business, right? Using the same tropes that they used back in World War II and that to define good and evil, the sides of good and evil, the axis of evil, and blah 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 blah. And they're supposed to be the righteous, blah 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 blah. All that propaganda shit, right? They're playing that same thing again, right? So Russia is on that side of the evil axis, and he's like the main player. And then you got Iran, China, and everybody that's with them. The great company that's with Russia. They're the axis of evil, and supposedly the West, America, NATO, Europe, they're the axis of righteous, or whatever the fuck, right? So here it's speaking about Russia and the company of people that's going to be with them, right? But here in verse 10, he speaks about this, right? It says, thus says the Lord power, Yahweh, it shall also come to pass that at the same time shall things come into thy mind, into the mind of the Russian leaders, the military, or whatever, right? Whoever giving the orders, whether it be Putin, because hey, look, Lord Winner is Putin, man. He's been doing a good job, innit? That man pulled the trigger. But even if it's not Putin, you don't have to be Putin. Whoever's in power, it doesn't matter. It's not about people. It's not about these individuals and what their mindset is and how they approach certain things. It don't effing matter about these individuals. Or, Biden on the other side. Who gives a damn about Biden? It don't matter about these people, right? It's the Most High. The Most High is in control of everything that goes on, man. So whoever is in office or in power and has the authority to push the button, or whoever the hell it is, right? The Most High is going to make that person do that, right? It doesn't matter about their stance on this and their stance on that, and they don't want war. Who cares what they want? This is about what the Most High wants, right? The Most High wants death and destruction and nukes to cause death and destruction on America. That's what he's going to get, right? So Most High going to put the spirit on whoever it is, right? To make that call. And these Russians are going to shoot those fucking missiles over to the land of America, man, to destroy it, man. And they ain't going to take long to get there. Okay, like I said, they article saying they were testing. They're testing from the new nuclear super submarines, man. But some of these missiles can get there in like 30 minutes, so it ain't gonna take long to get there. But it's gonna be a coordinated attack, and this is the thing. They might even be acting independently, but it's gonna be a coordinated attack either way, because the Most High is gonna put the spirit on all these cats to shoot whatever they got, in that direction, man, towards the land of America and destroy it. This ain't about them. This ain't about people. Okay, these are all. Everyone's a puppet, right, to the Heavenly Father. Everyone does what the Most High tell them to do, right? We can't escape that fact. There's no free will. All right, so they're all gonna shoot their missiles, man, and destroy it. But obviously, the Russians, they're gonna set off that trend, man. Right. So as it goes on to say here, so thus saith the Lord power, it shall also come to pass that at the same time shall things come into thy mind. How do things come into your mind? How do thoughts generate? Where do they come from? The Most High put them there. Right? So these thoughts are going to come into your mind. And thou shalt think an evil thought. What does this button do? Big red fucking button. You know, 2 keys or whatever the system is. You need two keys to flip and press the button. Flip that switch. All right. And then that's it. That's America's desolation right there. But like I said, he's not going to be alone. You know, the Russian, whether it's Putin or not, he ain't going to be alone in this thought, in this idea to shoot their missiles, man. Right? And I'm going to, this in Revelation chapter 17 here, verse 16. And the 10 horns, okay, which are the allies of America, right? America is the whore that rideth on the beast with 7 heads and 10 horns. Right, this is what these 10 horns are speaking about. These allies that are with them, you know, NATO, right? The 10 horns that which thou sawest upon the beast, these shall hate the whore. They're gonna hate America. They already do hate America. Let's be honest, right? Their pride and their pomp is aggravating, even to their own kind. But because they have the superiority, they have to play, you know, do as they're told, right? But there's animosity growing between these Edomite nations. Okay. And it says here, and shall make her desolate and naked. So they're gonna have the idea too, to make her desolate and naked. How are they gonna do that? Let's read. Desolate and naked, and shall eat her flesh and burn her with fire. Okay, these NATO nations have got nukes too, right? So the spirit gonna jump on them to do the same thing, right? Until America becomes a fucking lake of fire, as the scripture, you know, describes. Right? That's how it's gonna go down, man. You know? That's how it's gonna go down. It's Joel chapter 2, verse 1. It says, blow ye the trumpet in Zion, and sound an alarm in my holy mountain. Let all the inhabitants of the land tremble. For the day of the Lord cometh, for it is nigh at hand. Okay, and this is what we're telling you, man. All these prophecies, they're close to coming to pass, man. Okay, the MOTB, it's all, everything's lining up, everything's, you know, getting put in position, man. You know, the financial collapse and the digital currencies, you know, the brain chips, and all these things are coming to be right now. All right, the war, least of the flock, all of that, it's all coming around. So there's not much time left in this world. Right, so the day of the Lord is nigh at hand, right? So a day of darkness and of gloominess, a day of clouds and of thick darkness, as the morning spread upon the mountains. A great people and the strong, they have not been ever the like, neither shall be any more after it, even to the years of many generations, right? And what it's really describing or about to describe here is these missiles. Okay, so a fire devoureth before them, and behind them a flame burneth. All right. Let's see if I can get a little bit of this back here. Right, so when this thing comes out, there's fire behind it, right? Okay. When it moves through the sky, there's fire before it. When it lands, it's just fire, right? Everywhere, right? So yeah, fire devoureth before them. Okay, that's like I don't know what they call this, but obviously, you know, when you watch these when they send these spaceships out into space, when they come back and come back into entry into Earth, they heat up in it through the friction through the air and that, and it sets itself on fire essentially, right? That's what it's going to be like when these missiles are moving through the air. There's going to be a fire in front of them and a fire before at the back of them, right? Through the propulsion system, right? And these intercontinental ballistic missiles, what happens is that they get shot at such a trajectory that they come up and over, right? In the stratosphere or whatever. And they come down. They come down like those spaceships, with all that fire, right? So the fire devoureth before them, and behind them a flame burneth. The land is as the Garden of Eden before them, right? So everything is cool and calm and whatever. And behind them a desolate wilderness. So after they land, just waste. And we all know that's what these missiles do. So, yea, nothing shall escape them. The appearance of them is as the appearance of horses, and as horsemen, so shall they run, right? Because they're not gonna be shot by just one missile. No, there's gonna be a whole array of missiles traveling together, right? So if you're trying to put yourself in the shoes of the prophet Joel, looking at these things, right? It looked like a band of horses running towards you or whatever, man. And you ain't gonna see much. You're gonna see a lot of dust, okay, which is smoke or whatever, okay, and you're gonna just hear thudding, like thunderous noise. The appearance of them is as the appearance of horses, and as horsemen, so shall they run. Like the noise of chariots on the tops of the mountains, they shall leap. Like the noise of a flame of fire that devoureth the stubble, as a strong people that sit in battle array. Before their face, the people shall be much pained. Like I said, you're gonna be wailing, and there's gonna be wailing and gnashing of teeth. Scripture speaks about that, right? You're gonna be crying, man. When you get told, if you get told that there's nuclear missiles are coming, head for safety, you ain't got time. You ain't gonna have much time to do shit, right? You ain't have to, if your kids at school, you ain't have time to worry about that. I mean, the world's gonna be kind of fucked up there. I don't know if the kids will be at school or nothing like that, but you ain't gonna have time to really do anything, right? 30 minutes, 45 minutes or whatever. And, you're gonna be just scared to shit, Before their face, the people shall be much pained. All faces shall gather blackness, right? So like I said, you're gonna be really distressed, right? They shall run like mighty men. They shall climb the wall like men of war. And they shall march everyone on his ways. They shall not break their ranks. Okay, like I said, they're all on a specific trajectory. They're gonna be shot together, right? There's gonna be a whole bunch of them, right? Neither shall one thrust another. They shall walk everyone in his path. And when they fall upon the sword, they shall not be wounded, right? Because they're not alive. They're not gonna be hurt because they're not alive. They're weapons, isn't it? All right. It's you hit someone with a sword, like the sword don't get hurt. Okay, it's gonna kill the opponent, but the sword is gonna be fine. You might have some chunks taken out of it, but it's not hurt, it's not wounded. But besides that, these missiles are not here for longevity, man. Right? They're there to explode, right? Not there to be used again, recycled and all that shit. No, they're one-time use weapons, man. So it's even more so. They're not wounded. They're there and serve the purpose. There ain't gonna be no nicks and chunks taken out of it where you gotta fucking buff it up again and restore it. There ain't no restoring these things, man. That's it. Their purpose was to explode and destroy everything in its path. Verse 9: They shall run to and fro in the city, and they shall run upon the wall. They shall climb up upon the houses. They shall enter in at the windows like a thief. Right? When these things explode, they consume all things. They envelope and encompass all things, right? They swallow things whole. All the flames that burst through the windows, and do all of that, right? The earth shall quake before them, because they're gonna let off all that kinetic energy into the earth, man. Whether they blow it up, above ground or at ground level. Okay, that kinetic energy is released into the earth, man. It's gonna shake the earth, right? And we already know about those fault lines in America, how unstable they are, and how they're expecting, you know, big earthquakes and that in the near future. Well, this isn't going to help. This isn't going to help. That, you know, delay that. You know, America is going to be a complete fucking mess, man. You know, the earth shall quake before them, the heavens shall tremble, the sun and the moon shall be dark, and the stars shall withdraw their shining. Right, everything's just going to feel like it's shaking. The earth, you know, the floor, the air, everything, man, and the smoke and the dust, you know, that are created by these things, man, is going to block out all light sources, you know, from like the sun and the stars, right? The Lord shall utter his voice before his army, for his camp is very great, for he is strong that executeth his word. For the day of the Lord is great and very terrible, and who can abide it? Therefore also now saith the Lord, turn ye even to me with all your heart, and with fasting, and with weeping, and with mourning, and rend your heart and not your garments, and turn unto the Lord your power, for he is gracious and merciful, slow to anger, and of great kindness, and repenting of him of evil. Is there more? That's pretty much what I wanted, right? On the Missles, right? So let's go to Jeremiah 50 verse 40 now. It says, as God overthrew Sodom and Gomorrah and the neighbor cities thereof, saith the Lord, so shall no man abide there. Okay, this is going to be the desolation of America. Ain't nobody gonna live there no more. Now other places might be, you know, quote unquote destroyed in the earth, but these places are not going to be utterly destroyed where they can't be, you know, lived in anymore. You know, these places are going to be built up again, you know, one day. You know, but what we do know is that these cities and, you know, these nations that do exist right now, the Lord is going to reduce all of them to rubble, because we're not going to carry none of that stuff into the new world, man. So all your monuments and you know, your oh, what's the word, man? I was going to say land sites, but that's not a word. What is it? But, you know, all your attractions and all that kind of all those kind of things, man. Landmarks, not land sites, landmarks and all that kind of stuff, right? They're going to be, you know, wiped away. Okay, and you know, the rest of it's going to be consumed by nature. But they're going to be inhabited. They're going to be rebuilt, you know, at some point in the future after the heathen of you know, done building up Jerusalem and in Israel, right? But America is going to be uninhabitable. Okay, uninhabitable, right? It says, as God overthrew Sodom and Gomorrah and the neighbor cities thereof, so saith the Lord, so shall no man abide there, neither shall any son of man dwell there. Behold, a people shall come from the north, and a great nation, and many kings shall be raised up from the coast of the earth. They shall hold the bow and the lance. They are cruel and will not show mercy. Their voice shall roar like the sea, and they shall ride upon horses, everyone put in array like a man to battle against the old door of Babylon. Okay, the door of Babylon is America. Okay, and these people from the north, okay, they're the Russians and their company. You know, it says many kings shall be raised up from the coast of the earth, right? They're the company that are coming with these Russians, man, to destroy you. Right? America's not going to win this fight. In fact, it's going to be like the big, you know, America's going to suffer like one of the biggest betrayals in human history. Right? All their allies are going to turn their backs on them, man, because they just hate them so much. Because you're such a devil. The whole world is totally against you, man. And that's because the Most High is totally against you, man. That's just what it is. It's not about these individuals and whatever. You've been the devil to everybody, even to your own kind, even to your allies and stuff, man. And although it might not be, it might be a surprise to some that these nations are going to go to those extremes. But when you forget all that and you just factor in the fact that the Most High is in control, it doesn't really matter what these people are feeling or thinking. Like I mentioned earlier, it's the Most High's will that's being done right out here. And that's what's going to show everything, man. That's what's going to prove everything. That none of this was of human design. None of this was of human design, because the outcome wasn't what is expected. Everything that's going to happen is unexpected, man, because it's not human design. Right? All these simulations that they run and all this kind of stuff, none of that's going to work. None of that's going to work out. The likelihood, the probabilities, none of that's going to work out. What 100% is going to happen is that these nations that are supposed to be allied with America are going to destroy it. You know, with the Russians and the Chinese, everybody, the whole world, everybody has got nuclear weapons or whatever, man, is going to go against America. eventually in the end, right? To destroy it. Just to show you that it's the Most High's will. Ain't the will of man. All right. Verse 43, the king of Babylon have heard the report of them, and his hands waxed feeble. Anguish took hold on him, and pangs as a woman in the travail, right? Behold, he shall come up like a lion from the swelling of Jordan unto the habitation of the strong, but I will make them suddenly run away from her. And who is a chosen man, that I may appoint over her? For who is like me, and who will appoint me the time? And who is that shepherd that will stand before me? Therefore, hear ye the counsel of the Lord that he hath taken against Babylon, and his purposes that he have purpose against the land of the Chaldeans. Surely the least of the flock shall draw them out. Surely he shall make their habitation desolate with them, right? And that's these Amalekites of the nation of Edom. Okay, these small hats. Okay, that are kind of making this, well, seemingly make this happen. They're a main feature in this war. Reasons behind it. All right. At the noise of the taking of Babylon, the earth is moved, and the cry is heard among the nations. Okay, which we read in Revelation, right, as well. All right, we're gonna close out with this. Is Isaiah 47. What time are we at? Okay. Isaiah 47 verse 1 says, "Come down and sit in the dust, O virgin daughter of Babylon." Okay, the daughter of Babylon, again, is America. Right? "Sit on the ground, there is no throne, O daughter of the Chaldeans, for thou shalt no more be called tender and delicate." Right? So America spiritually represents these different nations that are being referred to. Okay, here is the daughter of Babylon and the daughter of the Chaldeans and however, and the Chaldeans, they were like the wizards, the magi, the sorcerers, the witches of the wise men of Babylon. And beginning with these elites, they dabble in all, or the dabble is an understatement, but they're involved in all these witchcrafts of all these different ancient empires, these ancient kingdoms, right? Because they believe it gives them power. All right, but they represent these Esau represents these Chaldeans in this modern time. Okay, they're elites, right? It says, "Take the millstones and grind mill, uncover thy locks, make bare the leg, uncover the thigh, pass over the rivers. Thy nakedness shall be uncovered, yea, thy shame shall be seen." Right? There's a lot of dirt being shoveled onto the so-called white man, these Edomites of late. Right? All their wickedness is being exposed in the earth. Because that's the spirit that is out there now. Right? This is it's manifesting. The word of the Lord is coming to pass. Right? So I will take vengeance, and I will not meet thee as a man. Right? Yahushua is returning, and when he does, he's not coming in a fleshy form where before he was able to belittle him and hurt him and do all these wicked shit to him. He's going to come back with great power and great glory, right? He's not going to come in a mortal form. He's going to come in his, immortal form. He's going to come with his power, all right? And with that power, he's going to take vengeance, man. And you ain't going to do nothing in the face of that, right? It says, "As for our Redeemer, the Lord of hosts is his name, the Holy One of Israel. Sit thou silent and get thee into darkness, O daughter of the Chaldeans, for thou shalt no more be called the Lady of Kingdoms." Okay, America is the Lady of Kingdoms in this world. Right? "I was wroth with my people, I have polluted my inheritance and given them into thine hand." Right? Did we not go in cargo slave ships into the land of America? You got some fucking luckheads right now that are saying that never fucking happened. There's no evidence for that. But yeah, everyone else knows about these assholes, right? They took place, right? We was taken into the land of America on cargo slave ships, okay, to work on the land of America as slaves. All right, we was given into their hands, okay. "And thou saidest, I shall be a lady forever." Like you're gonna hold the height of the hill forever, man. You're gonna be the top nation on the planet, and you fight so hard to keep that status, man. And you do all kind of wickedness and skullduggery and underhandedness to do that, man. Okay, it's important to you, man. You talk about it all the time. America must be the leader of the world, the free world, and all this shit. You believe it, man. You feel like you have to be because somehow, if it ain't you, somebody worse is going to come into power. Who could be worse than you? You're out here single-handedly destroying the whole earth through your madness. You know, crazy, right? So it says, so that thou didst not lay these things to thy heart, neither didst thou remember the latter end of it, right? Because you thought you were going to be a lady forever. You didn't think no one was going to be able to, correct you on your wickedness, right? So therefore hear now this, thou that art given to pleasures, that dwellest carelessly, that sayest in thine heart, I am, and none else beside me, right? You think you stand alone as the pinnacle of power, right? The pinnacle of righteousness. All these things you claim to be, you think you stand alone on that. You think you're the greatest. That's why you got the term American exceptionalism. Something exceptional stands apart from everybody else, because you're supposed to be better than everybody else. You're exceptional, but you ain't, right? The Most High is exceptional, right? And great in power, and he's gonna make you like a fucking child. This is therefore hear now this, thou that are given to pleasures, that dwellest carelessly, that sayest in thy heart, I am, and none else beside me. I shall not sit as a widow, neither shall I know the loss of children. Right? You think your nation's gonna be untouched, and like I said, you're just gonna be in this prosperity all the damn time, right? Because you've not had war on your land, in a international scale. You've had you had the Civil War, we all watched the Avengers. No, but jokes aside, the creation of America was based off civil wars, with the French and the Americas and the Spaniards, right? Okay, and all this infighting that that was going on until America was finally established as an independent, independent states, countries, whatever. But you've not had no large-scale conflict with other nations, right? That's done damage to you. Okay, you've always been the aggressor. You've always taken the fight to the weaker nations abroad. You've not had to defend your nation against, foreign invaders. Okay, Mexicans don't count, right? For you guys, right? Immigrants crossing the border, they don't count, right? You've not had to defend yourself against aggressive powers. Okay, but you're gonna have to. But at the time it does happen, okay, you're gonna get touched real bad. Okay, I'm also gonna make sure of that. All right. So anyway, it says verse 9, but these two things shall come to thee in a moment, in one day, the loss of children and widowhood. They shall come upon thee in their perfection, for the multitude of thy sorceries and for the great abundance of thy enchantments, right? For all thy wickedness, all the wickedness you've been doing, man. You're wickedness on steroids, man. And you just think you get to get off scot-free with that. All right? Don't work like that with the Most High. Verse 10, for thou hast trusted in thy wickedness, thou hast said, none seeth me. Thy wisdom and thy knowledge, it have perverted thee, right? You've become proud. Because you've enjoyed such success, because the Most High has allowed you to succeed in your endeavors thus far. You've gotten proud, man. And you're feeling yourself. You don't want to lose it, and you're feeling yourself, and you think you can keep it. You can hold on to what you got. Okay, with the Most High, he's the one that ruleth in the kingdom of men, and he's the one that translates from kingdoms from one people to another. It's not by the power of man. Every man, every ruler and empire that ever existed has lost its empire. The empire has failed. Right? And you think you're gonna upset history. You're gonna upset the trend. You ain't upsetting no trends, man. Okay, you're more definite to fail than anybody else, man, because you're the worst. Wickedness does not prosper. Wickedness can't last forever, man. Right? So it's even more of a surety that this place has to be destroyed, man, because you're the most wicked of all nations. Of all empires. It says, thy wisdom and thy knowledge have perverted thee, and thou hast said in thy heart, I am, and none else beside me. Not even the Most High. There's no one out there. You don't believe in the Most High's power. You don't think he has power over you. You think you have a greater power that you can resist the Heavenly Father, man, and his will, and his word. You actually think that. That's why you're doing the uttermost to try and upset all these prophecies, man. To try and change your fate that's written in these scriptures. But everything that you do, leads you to the same place. Because it's the Most High that's in control, man. You think you're in control, but you're not. It's a delusion, man. You're delusional. Verse 11, therefore shall evil come upon thee, thou shalt not know whence it riseth, man. Because you're just so gassed, right? You didn't see it coming. And mischief shall fall upon thee, thou shalt not be able to put it off. You can't change your fate. Okay, the Most High said he hated you, man. He'll hate you forever, right? And that you was always meant to fail. The Lord's chosen people were always meant to rule, right? And you ain't them. Okay, Yahweh Shai is going to come and establish his kingdom with the elect of Israel. Okay, and you so-called white people are Edomites, man. Okay, you're not here to rule forever. Even though you feel like you could. Right? This is and desolation shall come upon thee suddenly, which thou shalt know not. Stand now with thine enchantments, and with the multitude of thy sorceries, wherein thou hast laboured from thy youth. Yeah, all these things you put so much trust in. Right? If so be thou shalt be able to profit, if so be thou mayest prevail. Thou art wearied in the multitude of thy counsels. Let now the astrologers, the stargazers, the monthly prognosticators stand up and save thee from these things that shall come upon thee. Right? Yeah, because you trust them so much, well, let them come and deliver you, didn't it? When things are not going quite right. When things are not going quite according to plan. You see if these guys got answers for you, man. Because I tell you one thing, the Egyptian, magicians and that didn't have no fucking answer for the plagues the Most High brought upon them. They have no answers, man. They were stupefied. Right? The same way Esau's going to be stupefied, man. They'd be like in shock. They don't know what to do, man. Praying to this God, praying to that God, making that sacrifice, and nothing fucking working, man. You'd be like, what the hell? Like, why can't we do nothing? Why are we powerless? Because the power is not yours. It's all the Heavenly Father's, man. Left or right hand side, it's all the Heavenly Father's, man. And the power is going to depart from you. None of these things are going to work no more. Satan is not going to be on your side. Satan would have double crossed you too, man. Because that was always his intent anyway. He ain't with you. Okay, he rolls with the Most High. You're the Most High side, man. He ain't with you devils, man. So all those things are going to fail you in that day. And you, like I said, you're going to be stupefied, man. You're going to be confounded. All right? This is verse 14. Behold, they shall be a stubble. The fire shall burn them. They shall not deliver themselves from the power of the flame, the fire, the nukes. Right? When they come, when they're shot into the end of the earth, into the end of the world, like the scriptures say, right? There ain't going to be a damn thing any you can do, man. Everybody that's in the land of America is going to be destroyed. And obviously, these elites, they ain't going to be there. They're going to find themselves elsewhere, man. Because they secretly know, or they're at least making precautions, right, to not be there. Right? But all you regular Joes, maybe some of you rich people, whatever, man, that are just not in the know. Okay, everybody in the land of America, aside from the elect of Israel, are going to be destroyed in the land of America, man. America is going to be utterly wasted. Okay, all the elect are going to be delivered from the power of the flame. Okay, but these devils, they're all going to burn. Right? And even though, some of these elites will escape that judgment, they're not going to escape. They're just going to be reserved. Their judgment's going to be reserved. Right? Because the only thing that's going to happen after that is that these men are going to go into slavery. And, some may argue maybe it was better to burn in the fire. By the time we get our hands on you, man, and put you to work, man, you're going to be wish you did perish in the fire. So, that, we leave that up to you to decide in the future what would have been better. You know, but either way, you could never escape anyhow, because you know, you died in the fire. You'll be coming back in our hands anyway. You know. But anyway, right? He said, "Behold, they shall be stubble, a stubble. The fire shall burn them. They shall not deliver themselves from the power of the flame. There shall not be a coal to warm at, nor fire to sit before it. Thus shall they be unto thee, with whom thou hast labored, even thy merchants from thy youth. They shall wander everyone to his quarter. None shall save thee." There is nobody out here that is going to aid you. That's going to get you out of your predicament. No man, no God, or idol, should I say? Right? Nothing's coming to help you, man. Everybody's going to be in shock and awe at what is taking place, man. Ain't nobody going to be in a fit place to help do nothing. Because they're going to be all incapable to, man. They're going to have the strength or power to do nothing in the face of the Lord's judgment and Yahweh Shai and the angels. What do you expect these men to do? These people are, you know, just going to have to bow, man. Okay, and be put in slavery. That's what's going to happen. These men ain't going to put up no fight to defend you and protect you. If you're finished, man. Esau's finished. America's finished. All right. Like I mentioned, man, when these missiles fly, man, America's gonna cry. Right. And I said everybody's preparing for this day. You know, these men of war, they're being prepared. Okay. You know, they're turning their plowshares into swords and pruning hooks into spears. Right. They're all preparing for war in these last days, because that's the will of the Heavenly Father, man. And if you think they ain't going to get to that point where World War III is going to be a thing and nuclear warfare is going to be a thing, you're mistaken, man. Okay, it's in the Most High's intention to bring about this destruction upon the earth and upon America. All right. So, you know, with that, I'm going to say Shalom, Lord, when this has been edifying. And I'll catch you brothers and sisters on the next video, man. So, till next time, I say Shalom.